So that we call it as a generally a tree. So it's normally one root node with the siblings. That this we call it as a parent node. This we call it as a child nodes. So one parent node as well as a child nodes. So this is about a basic simple concept that how trees are defined. So what do you mean by a general tree? Here you can see here. I consider a given tree here. One simple tree we have constructed here. Consider a simple tree 100. This acts as a root. These two are childs for this root node. So here consider a tree 100. As I said, this act as a root node here. So please listen to the basic concepts. I'm going little slow since the basic concepts are very important and easily scoring module. This is a very easiest module to score. Three traversals are there in order, pre-order and post-order traversals. Is the voices audible properly? I'm not getting any reply. Yes, anyone please? Yeah, fine, Kamal. Yes, fine, thank you. So now here mainly a root node R and 50 and 60 what we have here. This 50 and 60 called as a child nodes to this root 100. In turn, that 50 will act as a root node for the value 70. Whatever that value we have here, this act as a child and the 50 intermediate act as a root node for that. Okay, so that is a general tree here. How do we evaluate the levels of a tree? That one formula is also there. That I explain the next slide how it evaluates. So this we call it as a level 0, first level. Always the index starts from 0 only. Level 1, level 2 and level 3. So here four levels are there. Four levels of tree we have created. Okay. So what are those four levels? So level 1, 2, 3 and 4, how it is done. Okay. So here a main thing. What is the main thing concentrated here is root node and the child node. Can you see the definitions? Is it visible? Root node and a child node definitions. So mainly root node and a child node. These two definitions plays a major important role. Okay, the root node, what it constitutes? A first node written at the top of a is does not have a parent. Normally, root node does not have a parent, right? So as I told, this in turn act as a root node for this, but it has a parent. But as we know that it's an intermediate root, not the complete root. So every tree will have only one root node. Whatever may be the tree always contains only one root node. A tree contains only one root node. For example, you can see that 100, the value 100, which is a root node for the given above example tree. Okay. What is the child? Child node is nothing but which is obtained from the parent node. That is called child node. A parent node can have zero or more child nodes. A parent node can have 0 or so in turn the parent node is automatically we call it as a root in the tree. Okay, so this is about a basic simple two concepts, that is a root node and the child node of a tree. Okay, so similarly we have siblings. Siblings, what do you mean by this siblings called? So there we had a tree called, there we had a one tree called 1, 2 and 3. Again those, just let me draw one small tree. Right, this we consider it as a tree. So two or more nodes having the same parent are called siblings. Here these two nodes, so these two nodes, the first two nodes what we have here, these two nodes are siblings of this parent. Siblings of this parent, but we cannot tell this as a parent. It is not possible. This is not a sibling. Okay, so these two are again a siblings of this. So cleared? Yes, these two nodes are siblings of this. These two are sibling of this, and this called sibling of this. Right? This is how a tree is constructed with a siblings. What is this ancestors? What do you mean by an ancestors? So these are all the concepts is to be known well for any traversal of the trees. Definitely you will get one full question of 10 to 20 marks on tree traversals. You can see in the question bank also, as well as in the previous question papers. Thus additionally in any of the interview part of view, they will ask a linked list tree traversals. It's a very important. Okay, that's why I started in the morning classes only, so that it will be easy for you to understand a little bit. Okay, so any doubts is there, please let me know in then and there itself. Is it cleared? That is what you mean by a sibling of the node. Is the sibling of the node cleared for you people? Yeah, fine. Only Kavya, some students they will reply, yeah, fine. Yes, ma'am. So now, what do you mean by this ancestors? I will go a little bit slow. I'm not in a way to hurry, shout and complete the syllabus. I want you to understand. That's why I made it little slowly. I'm telling what and all the concepts are there and what, how it is linked related. Okay, fine, not a problem. So, what do you mean by this ancestors? So, ancestors generally nodes obtained from the path specified node X. While moving upwards, root node called an ancestor. Here you can see in the example, previous example, what we had 100 is an ancestor for 50 and 60. right? Yes or no? 100 act as an ancestor for 50 and 60, right? In turn, you can check it here. 60 is the ancestor for another three nodes of the tree. That what is the tree called 30, 35. You can see that it tree 60 will act as an ancestor for this complete nodes, right? 100 acts as an ancestor for 50 and 60, right? 60 will act as ancestor for this complete trees. So this is how the ancestor tree is created, right? Yes. Section A. Okay, fine. So node obtained from the path specified node X, Y, moving towards the root node called as a clusters. Who is that speaking? Section A. Yes, hello. Anything is there? Please reply it in the chat box. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance. So second part, what we have here, a descendant. Descendant. What do you mean by this descendant? So this definitions what I'm explaining strictly either you by heart or learn it properly. So standard definition should be written. Please do not modify these definitions. Definitely they will ask these definitions in the exam point of view, as well as any tree related concepts. If you want to learn, these definitions are very important. That's why step by step slowly I'm explaining. Okay, descendants. What do you mean by a descendants? Descendants are the nodes, the path below the parent. Nodes in the path that are below to the parent. All nodes below 100 are descendants of 100, right? So what we can tell is, so node, so consider this as a node. So the left and the right, what we have the other nodes, all that nodes are called as descendants. This will be one complete node. So what are all the nodes we have left and the right part? This we call it as a descendants of the tree. So left descendant and right descendant. Notes that towards left subtree of X. Consider this as X tree. Sorry. Consider tree X. So this node, one root node, this called as a root node. This is left descendants, this is right descendants. This part is called left descendant of a tree. This part is called right descendants of the tree. So descendants are the path below to the parent called as descendants. All the nodes below the 100, consider this X as a 100 valued node. That's previously what we have defined in the tree, right? So that B part is called as a descendants. Can you see the node towards the left subtree of X called left descendants. That is, 50 and 70 are left descendants of 100, right? So this we have taken it as 100. If you have written the tree, that will be easy for me to explain. Every time I cannot draw the tree there. 50 and 70, right? So this we call it as left descendants of a tree, whereas right descendants, so right side part of the tree, whatever the nodes that with some values stored over there, that we call it as a right descendants of the tree. Okay, so this is about descendant. Okay, so one more concept is there in that. You can see that one more concept is there. What is that? One more concept is that left and the right subtree. Descendants and the subtree is a two different concepts. Please don't be confused. Okay, so you can see those left and a right subtree. What do you mean by that left and right subtree? What do you mean by this left and right subtree? All the nodes that are all left descendants of the node from X. Left descendants of a node X called left subtree. This we call it as left subtree. This 50 and 70 are called left descendants. That node, this 50 and 70 are called left descendants. That complete tree what we have here, combination of 50 and 70, we call it as left subtree. What about a right subtree? That is a nodes of the right descendants, we call know of a node X. Right descendants of a node X, we call it as a right subtree. Now is it clear that subtree concept? Have you cleared about descendants and the subtrees and the basic part of a tree? Let me get the reply fast, please. Yeah. Section A. Yes, 1 minute. So section B, please hold on. Some doubts is there in section A. I'll just clarify in a minute and I'll come back. Yes, see here. So consider one tree, it's a root node, and this childs we have. So the root node contains 100 childs of 50 and 70. So right side we have some 60, some 80, and this as 90. Okay. So this as a root node, call it as AX. The left childs what we have called as left descendants. Descendants are the nodes with our path connected below the parent. So in that two descendants are there, left and the right. So the left side part of the nodes we call it as left descendants, and right side part of the nodes, the 16, 18, 90 are called right descendants. So the nodes contained in the left descendant, that complete nodes whatever there in the left descendant, are called left subtree. The nodes which are present in the right descendants are called right subtree. Okay, so this is about descendants and the subtree concept mainly. Okay, ancestors are nothing but the root nodes of the network tree. Cleared, Kavya? Yes. So because this is a very importantly, you have to know that descendants how it is connected while traversing the trees. It's very important. Okay, fine. Thank you. Just a minute, please hold on. It is it's okay. Welcome back. So now one more concept here. My section students. Yeah, fine. One more concept is he is a parent node having left subtree or right subtree, a node which contains, consider one node which contains left subtree or right subtree is both said to be a parent node. Parent for 50 and 60 is considered this. Previous one only 50 and 60. A parent node we have 100. Right? There is a lot of difference between a parent node and a root node. So be careful while writing. So this is 50, this is 60, this is 100. So parent node for 50 and 60 is 100. Similarly, parent node for 70 and 80. What is the parent node for 70 and 80? Answer fast. See the board and answer. Parent node for 70 and 80. Parent node for 50 and 60 is 100, as I told now. What do you mean by the parent node for 70 and 80? Section B. Yeah, correct, Kamal Nayan. 50, Nania, yes, 50. Somehow I understand it. Fine, good. So that's nothing but a parent node relationship over there. So the next concept here is degree. How we get the degree of that tree? The number of subtrees in a node, number of subtrees of a node called as degree. So node 100 has two subtrees. So a degree of a node 100 is 2, whereas Node 50 has one subtree, so the degree of that will be 1. Can you see in that tree there? So 50, for the node 100 we have degree 2. For the node 50, a degree of a tree is 1. So is it identifiable? So considered if number of subtrees, the number of subtrees of a nodes is called a degree, as I told now. So number of subtrees for 100 is how many? Number of subtrees for 100 is how many are there? 2. So degree will be 2. Similarly, number of subtrees for 50, I have written 1. So can you please identify it over there? Number of subtrees for 50, how many are there? Section B. Again, this is also 2. Since we have 2 subtrees here, can you see? 70 will act as one subtree, 80 will act as one subtree. So then, again, the degree here will be 2. Okay, depends on number of subtrees of a node is called a degree. Okay, so this is how a degree is calculated from the tree. What do you mean by leaf of a tree? So what do you mean by leaf? A node in a tree, I consider a node, any node in a tree that has a degree 0. The node in a tree has degree 0 called leaf node of a tree. Okay, node with a empty left and right child is called a leaf node or a terminal node. So a node with empty left right child. That's the tree node which does not contain any children. That is child nodes. We call it as leaf nodes. Here in this example, can you tell me the leaf node? In this example, what I have written on the board, can you tell me the leaf nodes? Section B, nobody is replying. Yeah. Oh, Sudarshan, after a long back, you are replying. Good. Yes. That 70 and 80 will act as a leaf nodes of this tree. Okay. Internal nodes next. Nodes except the leaf node in a tree are called internal nodes. Nodes which accept the leaf node in a tree. So can you tell me those nodes? The consider the tree given. So nodes
प्यादाजी
except the
7
leaf
से डी
nodes.
5
Leave the leaf nodes, excluding the leaf nodes. What are the nodes in the tree? We call it as internal nodes. So analyze that internal nodes there. So after this, I will give a tree, one complete tree. You have to write everything there. Internal nodes, external nodes, siblings, degree of the tree. For each and every node, we should analyze. Yeah, 100, 50, 60. Yes, correct. Yes, correct. So that is about an internal nodes of a tree. What about the external nodes of a tree? What about the external node of a tree? Can see null links of any node in a tree. Null link of any node in a tree. What are those? Null link of any node in a tree. For example, here R link of 50 is a external node. R link and L link of 70 are external nodes. Null link of any tree is called external nodes. So what are the trees? Please make it fast. Analyze the tree and tell. Null link of any node in a tree. Fast reply. Analyze. I'll give you 2 3 minutes of time. Analyze and reply fast. Read out the statement what I have given there. I want the external links of the given tree here. Asked for a external the nodes. There is a null nodes of any null links of any node in a tree. What are that? The left and right link of 80 is the external node. Yeah, correct. Yes. 70 will not come, I think, Pranati. Just a minute, let me see the two. Yeah, fine, correct. Yes. So that's about nodes. So what one more concept is level of a tree. Level of a tree, how we calculate. The last Definition of the tree's concept. Level of a tree. So how this level of tree is calculated is nothing but a distance of a node from root called level of a node. Distance from the root to itself is 0. So level of the root is 0 first level of this. So previous case only I told level we have to calculate depends on the number of parent data child nodes that is defined over there. Distance of a node from the root till the end of the node starts from 0. Okay, so that we call it as a level of a node. Is it clear? The concepts? Is the concepts is cleared? Just reply me back fast. Yeah. BB section. Okay.
Cancel your link. Question one. Am I audible? I want to 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 51, 52, absent 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 60, 68, 69, 68, 69 absent, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 85, 86, 87, 88, 85 absent, 86 absent, 87 absent, 88, 89. Okay. Anyone present? 5 present. Okay. 34 present.
91,
Others?
91, Wilson,
Others? Anyone present apart from this?
92, 93, 94,
56 marked present
95,
man.
96,
62 marked.
97, 98,
82 marked.
99,
2
100,
marked. Why again you are telling?
101,
Okay, you can
102,
leave if you are done.
103,
Yeah, I
104,
guess 7.